Hello, my friends. Big excitement. Ah, there she is. Check it out. There is the lovely still unnamed sweater. I am so happy with it. It is really light and airy. The fabric is great. And I ended up not talking to you guys for a couple days because I was busy with other things, and then it turned out it was just Sleeve Island, and I just had to knit and knit and knit. What I had forgotten is that this beautiful pattern down here is actually a 20 stitch repeat, so it was just going to be too complicated to try and figure out a way to do it on the cuffs. Maybe I could have done it and did like partial repeats at the beginning and the end, and then I'd have to grade it out for all the different sizes. And I decided, you know what, for this one I just wanted to be done. I wanted it to be simple and finished. So I ended up just doing basic, decrease down to the bottom. I ended up doing 5 inches of ribbing, which took forever. And I did 3 inches of ribbing on the bottom. And I liked the deeper ribbing on the cuffs. So yeah, I have a finished sweater. Woo! So the next steps will be to go back over the pattern, make sure everything I ended up doing everything the way that I said I was going to do, or make the edits in the text of what I changed, and then I will go through and add the grading, and then it will need a tech edit and some test knitting. So this timing is pretty good because we're leaving today for Thanksgiving. So I really don't have anything else to report for a little while. I will be sending out an email to my test knit list for volunteers, and I will be talking to my tech editor. So there won't be much else to report on this sweater for a bit. It also means that I have to start a new project for our drive. So I've got a bunch of stuff to swatch, and I'm going to knit some gloves for my daughter. And they're going to be I-cord gloves, so you make little I-cords for each finger, and then you connect them up and work the hand down, and then keep going for as long as you want on the wrist. So those are a lot of fun, and I have a couple patterns already out in the world that use that technique. The Bonnie gloves from the first issue of Filament. There's a tam with an I-cord little stem. It's like a beret, and then the I-cord gloves, and they both have this same sort of chevron pattern on them. And then there are a pair of gloves in I Knit New York that use the same technique. It's the Manhattan Henge gloves, and there's a matching cowl and a slip stitch pattern, and you use 2 different colors, and you make 2 of the fingers, the lighter color or whatever you want, the other color, and that's the sun coming up between the buildings in Manhattan. And Manhattan Henge is kind of like Stonehenge in concept. So if you're interested, you can go check those out on Ravelry. But I have done a couple I-cord things. I need to do some more I-cord glove patterns because they are great and fun, and I highly recommend it. It's a great technique. So yeah, so I'm not going to be checking in with you guys for a few days, probably not till next week, because she's done. She needs a name, this sweater of mine, and then she'll need some test knitters and a tech editor. And I've been working with the same tech editor for a bit, and so I'll probably go back to her again. Hi, Laura. And so tech editing, what she will do is she will check all my numbers to make sure that they add up the way they're supposed to. She will, if I'm doing written and charted directions for something for stitch pattern, she would cross-check those one to the other. For this, I will not do written instructions. I will just do a chart. Sorry. Color work, I think, is really charted. I think it's very hard to follow written instructions. So she'll check the numbers, she'll check the sizes, she'll check the basic sanity of the directions. But then it's really test knitters who can give me the feedback on, does this make sense while they're doing it? Because sometimes things will make sense when you're reading it and sort of thinking through how you do it, but it may not make sense in the actual doing, or it may not make sense to everyone except me in my brain. So that is the reason to use test knitters. The challenge for me is that, as you can see, this has been like less than 2 weeks from concept to finished sweater. So I'm really fast. And I love my test knitters. They are great and very helpful and give me good feedback. But, they have lives and jobs and kids to take care of and other things to do and other knits to work on. So it's not always easy to find test knitters who can do this in a timely fashion. And the thing is, of course, once I'm excited about something, I want to get it out in the world while I'm still excited, before I move on to the next great thing. So, but that will be what happens next. And what I will do is I have an email list on my website, KathleenDames.com, and it's the test knitter list, and I will email out to that. And those people, I've already checked them out. We've worked together before, or I've known them on Ravelry. And if you're new, you'll be asked to give me your Ravelry name, and then I can go and look at your work and see if I think that we can work together. And so I'll send that out, hear back from a few people about what kind of yarn they're going to use, what size they're going to make, and if we haven't worked together before, like how comfortable they are with working with a chart. And then I will send the PDF of the roughly laid out pattern to them. It'll be in the final layout format, but I don't have any pictures yet, so it'll just have some snaps that I will take with my phone. Just what we call FPO, for position only. So that's just showing it so that people can refer to it when they are working on theirs, but it won't be the final modeled shots. And they'll have some deadlines and check-ins, and usually I run a test either just over email if it's quick, or I will do it in my Ravelry group. I will do a separate thread and people can ask questions, and that way there's that sort of group thing going on, which is very helpful. Is people can help each other. If I'm not on, I can help a bunch of people, and everybody can see if there are changes, what changes had to happen, or everyone, we noticed that something didn't work, so we're going to change that. And I will send out updated PDFs, but it's also good to check the group. So once I have all the feedback from the testers and my edits from my tech editor, I'll put all that together, and then we'll need modeled photos of the sweater, and then it can be released. So the next bit isn't really stuff that I'll talk about, so maybe I'll still continue to sort of vlog and talk about something else. So that's it for today. I hope for those of you in the States who are celebrating, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Everybody else, I hope you have a happy rest of your week. And I will be back when I have more to say. So thanks for stopping by. Bye.